So at the end of the day, we have no idea who the Chargers are going to draft. We have no idea how it's going to pan out. But from what I've been told and what I've read, it looks like the Chargers are indeed going to go offensive line in the first round. Whether that be a tackle or a guard, like I said, who knows? But do we really think that this team is going to go wide receiver? If they go offense, there's just a feeling that I have. It's more of a gut feeling, I guess. But there's just a feeling that we're going to end up taking a guard in the first round. Rashawn Slater ended up being an all-pro player as a rookie. Whether or not whoever we draft ends up being Rashawn Slater, I highly doubt it because Slater is one of the best players in football, and who would have thought that he turned into just an absolute stud? But nonetheless, that would be a massive mistake. The Chargers should be looking at Alabama's Jamison Williams. We've talked about him a couple of times in the channel, but we haven't done a legit breakdown. He is the best wide receiver in this class. The only reason he's not a top 10 pick, the only reason he's not the first wide receiver coming off the board is because he's coming off of a major injury. But he's actually ahead of schedule right now. He said that during the combine. In only a couple of weeks, he was running in the pool. There's also a report that came out that just 2 months out from the surgery, he was doing minor calisthenics without much of any force behind it. Once I break down the type of player that Jamison Williams is, I feel like Charger fans are going to be very high on him, just like I am. I made a video on Williams over a month ago, and it has 19,000 views on YouTube. And at the time, no one was really considering it. And I'm not taking credit for Jamison Williams because that just isn't true. But I definitely am going to take credit for saying that the Chargers should draft a receiver because one of the first videos I made on this team was that they should draft Olave. And then I was like, wait, no, they should definitely go after Williams because of his ability after the catch. I mean, Olave has an average body. He's not known for yards after the catch. Absolute beast, best route runner in the class. But the Chargers need a player to take the top off the defense that has that deep speed. And that's Jamison Williams. To me, he takes the Chargers from the fifth best offense to the first best offense, the league's most dynamic offense. And when you're in a division with the Chiefs, Raiders, and Broncos, you certainly need to put up points. The Chargers have addressed the defense. They haven't really addressed the offense. They still need help on the offensive line. They still need a running back behind Eckler. They still need a speedy receiver. And it's not like, oh, Jamison Williams is just fast because Jalen Guyton is fast. No, Jamison Williams is an absolute monster, and I'm going to explain why in this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. So according to multiple scouts, here's where Jamison Williams stands out the most. He has a large catch radius. He can shake coverage on short and long routes, creating frequent separation. He flashes short area quickness on screens, which again is something that the Chargers just don't have offensively. They don't have a player who can catch screens. They don't have a player who can handle jet sweeps and end arounds. He faced top-notch competition, of course, Alabama. So he's coming into the NFL playing against some of the best athletes in the world. He also has value as a kick returner. This is something that I bet most of you don't know about Williams. He had 2 special teams touchdowns and over 250 yards. He's also strong enough to fight through tacklers. The Chargers are going to have to make sure that Williams is playing the right type of football because he will get pressed and he doesn't really have the strength in the sense of fighting off these bigger, longer corners in the NFL. But if you move him in the slot and you move him around the field, which will complement Mike Williams and Keenan Allen very well, it just seems like a perfect fit. Also, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen are up there in age. Keenan Allen, sure, he hasn't shown signs of slowing down, but eventually it's going to come. I mean, there's a legit possibility that Keenan Allen isn't even on the Chargers next season, if they, assuming they draft Jamison Williams. Because if Jamison Williams ends up being an alpha wide receiver like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, potentially Jalen Waddle, I'd love me some Jalen Waddle. Well, rather than paying Keenan Allen, who's getting up there in age, they could probably trade him or cut him or something. I don't know. It sounds crazy, but you do need to keep an open mind here. I wouldn't be surprised. I've said crazier things on this channel. So moving on from that, There's two reasons why Jameson Williams makes a lot of sense. For the Chargers, he gives Justin Herbert a weapon with game-breaking long speed. It's going to be too much for opposing DBs to cover all these receivers on the Chargers. And then also for Williams, this is the best fit for him because he's coming off of surgery and he's not going to have to rush back. The Chargers have a lot of talent, a lot of depth, a lot of offense. They can bring in Williams slowly and make sure he's fully healthy. There will be absolutely no rush for Williams if he goes to the Chargers. To where other teams, a team like the Philadelphia Eagles, the fans are going to be like, when's this guy coming back? Like, get him back here. If I'm a Charger fan, which I definitely like the Chargers, I cover the Chargers, I'm waiting until Williams is fully healthy. I don't care if they start the season 0-2, 1-2, 1-3. As soon as he comes back, everything is going to change. He's going to make everyone's life so much easier. Now, of course, you need to protect Justin Herbert because this entire situation is pointless if you don't have Herbert being upright. The right side of the line is getting exposed like it was against the Raiders, and that's a huge issue. But there are plenty of third-round talent offensively on the line, and one of them is Abraham Lucas, who I don't exactly have the number in front of me, but if you look at his combine, he was very good. His three-cone was actually the best. I think it was his 20-yard shuttle. What do they call it exactly? I have so many notes. I did like it took me like a couple of hours to like get all this together on scouting Williams and then looking at offensive linemen, so I don't exactly remember where the note is, but I do remember that Abraham Lucas is absolutely a target for the Chargers in the third round, assuming he's on the board, which it looks like he is going to be. So that's something to keep an eye on. But yeah, moving on from that, I do want to get a little bit more into Williams because he just truly is looking like a future NFL superstar. I mean, he's got a similar body, basically identical body to CeeDee Lamb. He takes run blocking seriously. He's an excellent run blocker. He does a little bit of everything on the field. He's just willing to learn and grow. He'd be mentored by Keenan Allen, who's one of the best receivers in football, top 15 wide receiver for sure in the league. That's debatable, but to me, I can't name 15 better receivers than Keenan Allen. I don't think anyone should be able to do that. It's just the Chargers' weakness is Williams' strength. With his game-breaking long speed, ability to take the top off the defense, especially by creating vertical separation on deep double moves, there's not a current weapon on the Chargers that can do that. He's also an excellent route runner. Teams have to respect his deep speed. So it makes things a lot easier for him 10 to 15 yards down the field. There just isn't a better wide receiver in this class than Jameson Williams. And I'm hoping that I can convince you guys to want to select Jameson Williams with the 17th pick in the draft. Obviously, I'm not convincing the Chargers. They're not going to see this video and they don't care. But for Charger fans, let me know your guys' thoughts on this video. Let me know your thoughts on the Chargers picking up a legitimate field stretcher. And as always, it's Thunder Alley. Appreciate you guys. If you made it to the end of the video, go down below and comment Phillip Rivers. Shout out my guy. I know he didn't get you a Super Bowl, but hell of a player, better person is Kyrie Irving knocks down another 3-ball. Oh my God. I'm sorry. This game is crazy, bro.